Hey, everybody, welcome back to the Fans in Motion podcast. As I like to say, the only podcast that you didn't know you needed. I have two friends staring me back in the face. I say to both of them, I do believe I have a plan to steal the Queen of Neverland. Say hello, Josh.
Wow, off the top of your head, not even prepared for that song lyric, because obviously what you guys don't know is not a single one of us, except for Brent, which is not a good thing, was prepared for this episode, even though we all knew it was coming up. Even though Brent's preparation was somewhat wrong, here we are.
Preparation. Your preparation is H.
Say hello, Brent.
Again, his preparation is H. Get it? Preparation
Yes.
H.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
This thing almost like on two wheels. Even though we had notes in advance to do our homework, we somehow missed parts of everything that needed to be done.
No,
so
there ain't no we. There ain't no. It's you two. As we get on this, and I'm getting criticized for looking at the wrong time slot that we're going to do this tonight. Josh is I catch him. He's writing. He's still doing his stuff.
Actually, I was writing the next press release for Nugget Ranger.
Yeah.
And so that was what
Eddie.
This
Hoodles. Let's not drag our pre-production meetings into this.
What's up, Fans in Motion?
So this episode that we're going to do, we have created, Josh's idea for this one, and it's kind of fun, is we are doing a greatest hits, a second version of a greatest hits, restricted ourselves only from the Neverland album to the Don't Let Up album. I'll let Josh explain more of the details as we go, but that's the genesis of what this conversation is going to be today. 12 tracks, Neverland to Don't Let Up, and you'll see what we come up with. Our version of a greatest hits. Does that sound about fair, Josh?
sounds fair. We'll get more into the details when we actually start that part of the episode. But yes, a greatest hits that will cover the Neverland, the 7, Hole in the Sun. What am I missing here? Somewhere in California, the acoustic record, High Road, the live record, and Don't Let Up.
Cool.
And in reality, this record would never be made because Universal owns some of it. Sony probably still owns some of it, and
most of these aren't really hits. So,
and I'm not sure where. Does Frontiers own Hole in the Sun?
They do in some countries.
So who knows? So it would never. This is something that would never happen. So this is all just make believe.
It's just funsies for us.
We
like doing lists. Apparently, no one else likes listening to us make our lists, but I don't care. These are fun.
Well, and also we do have some interviews lined up, which I don't even know if I've told you guys about because I forgot. But we do have some interviews in the works, but with the touring industry kicking back off, everybody's getting busy. So the scheduling of it is getting a little bit harder on that end. So you guys are stuck with another list this week. Deal with it, but don't leave us.
But you all should be making a list too. This is the fun part of this page. There's 5,000 members. You should all be going, let me throw my list up there and tell you how you guys are wrong.
Yeah, show me your list. I will critique it and tell you exactly how it's wrong unless you are smart and copy from mine.
Oh, Nadelman's already started his probably.
Yeah, he's ready to go.
Yeah.
So our previous episode that we did was the ranking of Don't Let Up. I know it was just released.
Yesterday.
Well, this is of this recording yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Have you gotten any feedback that you deem worthy of dropping on this podcast?
What was, and I don't have it readily available, but someone posted. Let me find it here. Their list.
Nadelman.
Well, not Nadelman. It was Ken Finley. He posted his list. Now this is his list before he's listened to the podcast, and it's kind of funny how, like Jamie, I have it at the top almost. His is towards the bottom. Say What You Want is towards the top for me. Say at the bottom. I think we all kind of had Truth in the middle or towards the bottom. He's got it number 4. So again, it just shows you how everybody is different. Nadelman had Won't Be Your Fool Again, which me and Andy had that as our 11. Brent, I know you had it somewhat low, maybe in the middle.
I had it like 8 or 9.
All right. Yeah. So those were some lists that were put up. Again, it's just neat to see what everybody's opinion is. Cabo Wabo dude said Truth is the best song on the record, hands down. So there you go. Again, it's only been out 24 hours. So if you listened to it and you did not put your list on there, put your list on there because it's fun for everybody to see. And come on, it's 2021 and we're talking Night Ranger. Go with it.
Yeah, exactly. Brent, what about you? Anything you want to bring up? Any thoughts?
No, just other than my list was the most proper, perfect list available for the viewing and listening public.
Okay. All right, well, let's move on. Night Ranger news. Is there anything going on in the world of Night Ranger that has changed since we talked last week?
Well, Night Ranger announced they were going to be on the Kiss cruise.
Yes.
And
God, I wish I could go to that.
Yeah, I need a passport. I was looking at getting a passport today, actually.
Yeah.
$140. Yeah.
There you go.
And I need a ticket.
What are those about? $4,000?
Not per person. I think per person is about $1,500 to $2,000. I think. What I want to do is I want to, like somebody gets sick of Night Ranger's road crew, and say, hey, Brent, can you help set the drums up or something? And I'm like, if I can go on the Kiss cruise, yes, I'll be more than happy to. You have. Or
you could probably sell one item out of your Kiss collection and probably pay for all of it.
Well, check this out, Josh. You'll appreciate this. I was watching. They have Kiss auctions on Facebook, live auctions, and Josh, the special summer tour Destroyer promo.
Mm-hmm.
White. I have that. I bought that for about $30 back in 1993, and it's almost perfect condition. It's not really yellowed. It's pretty white still. And I'm watching this guy auction one off that looks almost identical to mine Monday night. And he said, I expect this to sell for $450. And I started laughing. It sold for $750 on the auction.
There you go. That's
and
halfway to a ticket.
And I had it out of my case. So I was going to hit the guy that gave out at $740. I was going to email him and say, hey, $700, it's yours.
There you go. You can't take it with you, man.
I know. But, man, I love it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
would you love more going on that Kiss cruise or that thing that sits in a box?
Well, it'll be just a hole in that collection, though, just glaring at him.
Well, the problem, too, with the cruise is if I can go somehow, I will. But it runs through my daughter Lexi's birthday. This could be her 15th birthday. I mean,
more.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's my kid.
She'll understand.
Yeah.
We know how you are with your kid, Josh.
Just you know what? Just listen.
I can't. My boy. I got to be with my boy.
Listen,
I'm not knocking you. I get it.
Just tell her that you're going on the cruise, and to make it up with her, you will buy her, beer and stuff so she can go party while you're gone. And
now she wouldn't care if I went. I know she wouldn't.
So Kiss Cruise, Night Ranger. This is their second one. I think they played in 2014, somewhere around there. I think Night Ranger is replacing Rat on the bill. So it's Night Ranger, Queensryche, and then there's
Black and Blue. Oh, God, that's the other pain that's killing me.
A smattering of others.
Tuck Smith? Andy?
Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, I can't go.
Queensryche!
I can't go. A, it's sold out. B, I have nothing to sell for that kind of value. And B, I'm not going.
Well, here's the deal.
Now, I would go, again, I'll follow Brent's. If someone calls us Andy, We need someone with no skill set whatsoever as far as touring and helping set up a band. You want to go? Yes. I'm your guy.
No, I'm your guy. I've already put it out there. But
in the immortal words of Anthrax, I am the man.
Ooh. You should be whatchamacallit.
All right, let's get off the Kiss cruise. What we got next?
Anything else in the news?
Well, we got a few things, but
go for it.
Brent?
I just had the Kiss cruise.
All right.
You want me to do? Go ahead.
No, well, a couple things, and they're not entirely Night Ranger related, but the Eddie Van Halen's kiddo, Wolfgang, released his new record this week. So it's just kind of weird picking it up, and it's like, this is, now I'm picking up the kids' records of the people I grew up with. I haven't got to listen to it a lot, but I am very much looking forward to listening to this on my good stereo system because the production of it is excellent, which it should be. It was recorded at 5150.
It's a solid album. I've listened to it multiple times, man. The drums sound fantastic. I don't know who played on it. I didn't read the details, but man, it's a rocking album, and I'm very proud of what Wolfgang has done, and I'm proud of all the fans who pushed that thing to number one. Good.
It's a good record, and like I said, the production of it is very thick and solid.
Yeah, it is
sounding. So there is that. The other thing is Mr. Frank Bonner passed away today.
Yeah.
Most of us, or we all kind of always know him as Herb Tarlick, the salesman from WKRP in Cincinnati. He was also on Just the 10 of Us. I think he was the priest. And he was on Night Court a few times. So, yeah, I love WKRP in Cincinnati. We just had mentioned Herb on the last episode. And
yeah. I'm not allowed to mention anybody else on the podcast from now on.
And one of my favorite episodes, and I unfortunately I don't remember the title of it, but I remember watching it when I was younger, and it's weird that all the TV now is kind of like it. There was an episode where Herb and his family were on a fake TV. A fake TV show, and I think it was called Real Families.
Yeah.
And it was a camera crew would just follow them around all day. So it was like a reality show. And is it Eddie McClurg? I think her name is. That was his wife. She's the lady that, if you ever watch Trains, Planes, and Automobiles, you can wipe that smile off your face. She's the car rental lady. So, but anyways, that's a very unique episode. And I was at the gym this evening, and on the row of TVs, like ABC Nightly News was up there, and they gave a small, I couldn't hear it, but I saw Frank Bonner's picture and a couple of WKRP pictures, and I'm looking around like no one cares.
Yeah.
It's like, man, you guys just don't know. And it's got to be weird to, at one time, be so big on a top TV show, and then, just
and nothing.
And then, I don't know. Anyways,
you know what we ought to do? We ought to track down Gary Sandy and bring him on Fans of Motion. Just do an off the wall episode.
Oh, I've already thought about that, and I kind of got a contact with Tim Reed, who was Venus Flytrap. Bonus points if you guys know Venus's real name on the show.
I used to know it.
Ding,
I just watched this episode.
Ding, 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 ding,
No,
ding.
I'm not going to get it.
Gordon Sims, not to be confused with the other Gordon Shumway.
Gordon Jump.
Yeah.
Oh.
Ha! My name's Alf. Ha! Let's go hit some kittens.
Yeah.
But Gordon Jump is who I thought you were going to say.
Nope, Gordon Shumway,
Come on.
Which was his name on Melmac. So then you had...
Do the Cat Willie thing. Listen, Andy. Hey, Willie.
Hey, Willie. There's a cat next door. Let's go eat it. No. Oh, Alf, we We can't eat the neighbor's cats, okay?
I forgot. You do the dad better than
No.
you do Alf.
One of my favorite scenes, which I didn't get when I was a kid, but watching it when I was older, was so Willie and Kate were in bed and they hear something underneath the bed, and they realize it's Alf under there.
Yeah.
So, they're talking like, all right, let's get him out of here. So they start like, shaking the bed, and you just hear Alf under the bed go for it, Willie. I about spit out my beer watching that. I was like,
you guys know about Willie, don't you?
Yeah, we don't need to talk about all that.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Anyways, so Frank Bonner, and also we had Record Store Day last weekend, which will be 2 weekends when you're watching this. Unfortunately, no Night Ranger Record Store Day exclusives, but there were a lot. There was a Def Leppard one, a couple Black Sabbath picture disc, a Motley Crue cassette box set. Styx had one. I was in Milwaukee that weekend, went to a few record stores, saw the Motley Crue, the Black Sabbath, the Def Leppard. The only one I couldn't find was the Styx one. That was the only one I probably would have bought. I might have bought I didn't see the Heaven and Hell picture disc, but I would have bought it. I thought about doing a Record Store Day post for the Night Ranger page and was looking for some used Night Ranger vinyl, and the two places I went did not have it. I went to a third place. I found some Night Ranger CDs to include Seven Wishes, but no record. I found some good dollar records going through them. I found a Yngwie Malmsteen and Bob Seger, some Tom T. Hall, all the good stuff. And
they're all in my collection.
And I found Seven Wishes. So I went and talked to the owner. I was like, listen, I do the social media for Night Ranger. I'd like to put this up and take it from a few angles. I'll tag your store and we'll make it. And he's like, oh yeah, So we ended up doing that post for the Night Ranger podcast, and here is that record in that Night Ranger post.
Ooh, yeah.
Record. So I will sign this and put it on the Fans of Motion.
Take the value down.
Fans of Motion website for $39.99, and you can get the actual record signed by Josh Stofferson. But I did get my first piece of swag doing that, because the guy was a Night Ranger fan. He's like, I just watched their video like a live video, like concert or something on YouTube.
Yeah.
He's like, I just watched that last week. He's like, I pre-ordered the record. So he was very, very into Night Ranger, and we got to talking, and he basically forced me to take this shirt.
Nice.
Rushmore Records. And I told him no, and then I saw it, and he told me to take it again, and I wasn't going to turn him down. So, anyways, Milwaukee had some great record stores.
Has he joined the page?
You know what? We talked about so much shit. I talked about the podcast, but I don't remember if we got to that point, because it was Record Store Day. So, there's a lot of people going on. He's still working. And like most good record stores, it wasn't very big. What was I going to say? Shit. Anyways, something important about that, but
can I chime in real quick on Record Store Day? I missed. Was there an announcement? I completely missed that there was Record Store Day until I saw my post and stuff, and I was like, "What's going on?"
So, for people that don't know, Record Store Day is where they release exclusive vinyl cassettes.
But it's usually like in April, right? April and October.
They've got two this summer. They had the one in June, and they got the second one in the middle week of July. The Foo Fighters just announced they're doing like a Bee Gees cover album, and
the Foo Fighters.
The Foo Fighters. I hid this miserable piece of junk. So Record Store, it's exclusive, and they only go to indie stores. And they have to sign an agreement. I don't think they have to, but they will, on the Record Store website, they will show you who signs the agreement that they will make sure that they put all their product on the shelf. They won't hold anything back and sell it online. So these are exclusives that you can only get at independent record stores. Tons of stuff. I mean, all kinds of musical genres and,
Yeah, I've picked up some. I just didn't realize, like, I missed the announcement. I mean, clearly I did, but I'm saying when did the date change?
COVID.
Because of the pandemic?
Well, COVID may have been some of it.
COVID was the whole reason, because we didn't get it at all in the spring like we were.
I know, but
last
I
year.
don't know if they're breaking up like the one day in April now to be 2 days, and you're still going to get one in October, because it used to be just two a year, and now I think they've broken up this one into two, June and July. Okay. So maybe
that's cool.
They'll do more. It's surprising though that like Ace has always had them, but Kiss never does. Styx has had a couple, but Night Ranger has.
Culture Factory puts those out. Culture Factory USA, the Styx ones.
Well, they just did the one. This last Styx one was not Culture Factory. The first one was the Paradise Theater by them. So that is all I got for Fans in Motion. What do we got next there?
Well, next thing would be any new stuff. Did you anything you want to show off? Any showcase?
Yeah, got some show off stuff. Look what came in the mail.
Boom.
The first Revolution Saints record. I don't think
Talk about that old Jack Blade singing on that song, man. Boom.
I don't think this was originally released on vinyl. If it was, I didn't get it. So they just did a 200 copy release of this on a like silver vinyl.
Oh, that's cool looking.
And it's got the custom logo or label with those guys. So it's Dean Castronovo from Journey, Doug Aldrich from Dead Daisies, and basically Whitesnake.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not bad. There's the album cover. You open it up. It's a gatefold with all the lyrics and everything, and then picture of Jack Blades and the rest of them on the back on their motorcycles. So I didn't have it. There was 200 copies, so I bought one, and there are still some available. So go to Frontier Records and pick one up. Support your Jack Blades collection.
Yeah. Is that it? Anything else?
That's all I got for new stuff.
If anything I got new is the download of Mammoth, so I can't really show that, but I did download it, so I got that going for me.
Oh, I thought you bought the CD.
He don't do that.
No.
No.
I do once in a while. But...
And he doesn't pay $8 a month for like unlimited Amazon, where he could have listened to it along with everything else. I still
like to just...
You're like stuck in that weird 2004 or about 2006 era.
Yeah, I won't pay that either.
I don't like the streaming because I don't think the artist gets any money for any real money.
I stream it for convenience. I can just listen to it wherever I go on Bluetooth, and I still buy the record.
Because I buy it and then I have it.
I'm talking everything though. If I get the urge to listen to whatever, I don't have to go buy the Carpenters, even though I'd probably be one of my first purchases. But
you should buy the Carpenters. That's
I do.
The point.
I got a lot of Carpenters.
I hate the streaming services. They're fucking rip-off artists. Personal opinion.
Oh, they are, but you can.
That's why I don't support them. So,
and that's
you can judge the shit out of me. I'm never going to support them.
That's a good segue to what's behind me.
Go ahead, Brent. What do you got?
It's a really good segue. We got the campaign of And the Band debuted at number 1. I told you last week. It kind of came up to me at that moment when we were podcasting, and the campaign has begun.
Yeah.
We need to pre-order all of these, so this way we can have a chance to have the album debut at number 1. It comes out August 6th, so your pre-order has to be before August 6th to make this happen. If you're doing the Josh thing and you're paying for the streaming, that's not going to help this. It actually hurts the band.
Or you can do the Josh thing and buy 11 copies of it.
You could do that as well, yes.
There's always that part of it.
So not only have I done 11 copies, I've also given him like 6 cents from the streaming.
Ah, you're right.
Hey, here's some news I just saw, which I'll interrupt you with, so I don't know how important it is.
Just breaking news?
Yeah, the Rhino is selling the Gene Simmons vault and all the stuff inside for $500.
That's good.
So it includes the CDs, I guess. The
original vaults left over?
Mm-hmm. Probably.
Offer valid only through Monday.
Wow. How many do you think they got?
They tell you they got 90.
Oh, well, yeah. Leftover vaults.
So it's the CDs, the books, the coin, the figure, and the vault.
There you go.
There you go. If you're a Kiss fan, you're already missing out because this is released after that. So,
That's true. This does you no good.
So there you go. Just go buy a physical copy of the record, the CD. Now, if you go to iTunes, that counts?
That counts.
Yes,
that counts.
So just don't stream the mofo. Go buy the record.
Newberry Comics, blue vinyl, yellow vinyl, nightranger.com, red vinyl, and cola clear bottle, whatever it's called, Frontiers Music. You can get them there.
They've got to be sold out by now, aren't they?
They're not sold out yet.
Well, you're talking about a lot of... I mean, listen, you're talking about a lot of physical copies for... I mean, just go look at what bands bigger than Night Ranger sell. It's not that much.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they're probably close, but it'll get... Once the album's close, I mean, these have been 2.5 months before the album's released. So... what will happen, more than likely, a lot like the Dawn Patrol and the Midnight Madness, is they will be released, people will see them, and then they'll go buy them, and then they'll be gone.
Yeah.
So the rarest, or whatever you want to call it, the one that has the least amount of production will be the blue Newberry Comics, but it's about $10 more. It's $35. You can go to the Night Ranger store on their website, get the yellow one, $25. Frontiers, their clear one or whatever it is, $25. And then the regular copy on Amazon or your record stores will be the red copy, probably $20-25 as well. You can get the CD pre-sale, $13-14. I think you can get the digital record for $9.99. But you have to buy it, and you got to buy it the first week it's out or before. So just buy it before. Just do it. Don't listen to it on YouTube. You know, you need to support the band, and $10 isn't going to kill you for the download.
Exactly.
Or $13 for the CD.
Plus you get the bonus track on the CD you won't get on the download.
Correct. But if you're a stingy bastard who's not buying it and you're listening to it on YouTube, you're going to get the bonus track, within a week or so on YouTube or something. So listen, it's not about getting shit for free. It's about, if you're listening to this, it's about supporting the band that you like. And I'm pretty sure if you're listening to us, you're probably bought 18 copies because there's no one listening to us. It's like on the fence. But anyways, we're preaching to the choir, so let's move on to something else.
I want to say that technically, wouldn't the one on Frontiers even be a little bit more rarer than the Newberry? It's 400 pressings, but doesn't France get 150 of those?
I guess you could look at it that way.
And we get the remaining in the States and Canada and what have you.
True.
So there's less of that for us to be able to get stateside versus the Newberry Comics. But the Newberry Comics is the most limited run, technically, of all of them.
There you go.
Or you just get 3 copies of each. So what else we got in the news?
We have, let's see here. Oh, don't look at that. Don't look at that.
Oh,
don't look at that. Don't look at that.
Oh.
We're going backwards. Happy birthday, Brad Gillis.
Yes.
Yay,
Man, our page got inundated with Brad Gillis birthday wishes this week. And I got home. I had to run to Walmart. I had to run to kid cheerleading. Had to do this, had to do that. When I got home, like at 7 o'clock, I'm like, I haven't done a Brad Gillis birthday thing yet. So I had to get it up there. I tried to use a font that matched his pants. So if you blow it up on the page, you'll see the lines and the squares and what have you. But yeah, I picked a pretty good picture for it, I think.
Yeah, it's a great action shot of Brad, and awesome to see all the fans wishing Brad a happy birthday. I hope Brad sees it.
I was going to post something, but I didn't need to because I had like 18 pending birthday wishes from everybody. So, and I just release them like once a half hour, so everything gets looked at. And so don't be one of those people, hey, I posted something and it's still not up, or because there's like 10 people who posted ahead of you. And if I just approve everything at one time, no one's going to see shit. So, like I tell my kid, be patient. So what else we got? What we got there? Elvis, Josh Blades.
Josh Blades went to some team called
the Peoria Chiefs.
And while he was there in the Peoria Chiefs Stadium, he had them play the new Night Ranger tune. And this is a picture from the video that you shot of them playing that tune.
So what stunk was they played it at, I guess, a good time, kind of. They played it during the T-shirt throw, right? So everybody in Peoria is just, it's like fucking Christmas or something there. And they're just going ape shit. So you can't really hear the song because I thought it was going to be perfect because, it's Peoria and everybody's just sitting on their hands, just, and then next thing I know, people are losing their shit. And so you couldn't really hear Breakout that great, but you can hear it. They did play it for probably 90 seconds. What I didn't get on there because I was trying to get away from, because I was right behind home plate, I was trying to go down a little bit farther, and I missed it. And I think I have it on my buddy's video. I still got to go through it. They did announce that this is the new single by Night Ranger called Breakout. So what I did was I go on a baseball trip every year, was heading to, we were just trying to think, where can we go? We had never been. And my buddy had never been to Milwaukee. We had went to the old stadium, Milwaukee County, but never the new one. So I kind of based it off of that. So we went to Peoria was the reason why Peoria was on the list. And we went to Beloit. But I just was thinking, like the day before I left, I just called their promotions guy. I'm like, hey, why don't we do this? And they're like, yeah, let's do that. And I called Beloit, and they were for it, but then I never heard back from them. So who knows? I don't care.
That stadium didn't look as cool as this one.
Well, Beloit is building a new stadium. They're going to be in it like next month.
Okay.
So that stadium is not. It was very small and very little, but they got a brand new stadium being built downtown right now, ABC Supply Stadium, and it looks nice. And so, anyways, hey, we got a cool video and baseball and Night Ranger, man. You can't go wrong with that. I wasn't even going to mention. I forgot all about it.
Yeah, well, I did.
Yeah, well, I got really inebriated after the game.
You
really?
No.
My buddy's like, we were in some bar and they're like, we gotta go. They're going to fight us because I don't remember. I just was playing all the honky tonk songs I could think of, and like I guess it went from all this pop stuff to George Jones and all the good stuff. I did play some Night Ranger though. I didn't know at the time. I went back through my playlist on Touch Tunes and like, hey, I played Faces. I'm sure they loved that.
That's a nice song to play.
You're crazy.
So what we got out? What else we got?
Chrissy Casey Orman. Looks like she's got a picture of Jack Blades here. Actually doing jumping jacks is what it looks like. What do you think?
Yeah, I see.
You're just looking here. I know that's what you're doing, looking at the pooper.
Yeah,
but
thanks.
But no, I thought it was funny, Jack, and it looks like he's doing jumping jacks. And so, thank you, Christy. We have Mike Smith, who continues to tear it up on the page. Mike Smith posted a very young picture of Brad Gillis looking like Opie Taylor playing the guitar.
Little Opie Cunningham.
Little Opie Cunningham. And, I'd never seen that before. but he's tearing it up with the tour books. I can't wait to see what else he's found in that box that he.
What is that? Now, Brent, did you figure what kind of guitar that was? I thought you said, or somebody posted that they knew the guitar style.
Wasn't me.
Okay.
Anyway, so thanks, Mike. You keep rocking, buddy. And we have Patrick Fitzgerald, who posted this video of Jack Blades talking about, changing the name and what have you. It's pretty cool. It'd be cooler if he was on our show talking about this shit. But that's okay. We'll get you. We'll get you, Jack. And I think that's it. Let's see. Yep, that's it.
All right.
Brad Gillis, happy birthday again.
There was one thing that I don't even know where I saw it, but we've talked about Brad's in like an all-star band. They're putting out an album next year.
Yeah.
That band name, it had a name, then they changed it, and I don't remember all this shit. But the new band name that I won't remember next week is Skills.
With a Z?
Well, if they wanted to be edgy, they would put a Z there. But Skills is the name of the band. So they basically had the same amount of preparation as we did for this
episode. It's no rags, but it's definitely Skills.
Well, the album's going to be called Saul.
And then there is a live show if you're listening to this on Tuesday the 22nd, right? Yeah, Tuesday the 22nd. Number one, wish me happy birthday, yay! But that weekend, Night Ranger is in Filer, Idaho.
We talked. That's the show we talked about jumping out of the plane.
Yeah, so there you go. And then after that, we got the Clear Lake, Iowa, Wabash, Indiana, and Wisconsin Dells weekend, where I will be at all three. These two yahoos still don't know if they're going to be in Wabash or not, but we shall see. But if you're going to be at one of those shows, come say hi.
Look for us.
And Josh drinks PBR.
Hi, Josh.
He drinks anything free.
I drink. That's my favorite beer is free. Yeah. But I do like ribbon. You know what? What really got me tore up Friday is my favorite like drink. It's not a beer. Is I like vodka, pineapple, and cranberry. It's refreshing. You drink it quick. You'll get to that blackout point pretty quick. But it's pink, so people like to give you shit, But I don't give a shit if someone doesn't like that I'm drinking a pink drink. I'm not there to impress them. I'm there to have a nice, refreshing drink and get shit-faced. So
there you go.
But anyways, yeah, if you see us at one of those shows, come say hi. That's going to be the fun part about doing all this stuff is all of us running into everybody that we know on the page.
Looks like there's going to be a bunch of people in Nashville over there too.
Yes.
Or Dixon, Tennessee.
Get it right, asshole.
Nashville.
Ish.
It sounds better, Nashville.
Nashville-ish.
All right. I think that's it.
That is it. Are we ready to rock and roll?
And or roll, yeah.
Ready for a rock and roll ride?
So this episode came about because we did not know exactly what to do, and we were thinking about it, and I'm sure we've all probably threw this idea out there at one time, but we kind of came up, basically through some back and forth, we came up with a idea to do a greatest hits, or whatever, from the 97 album Neverland to the Don't Let Up record, which, like I said, can include the Neverland 7, Hole in the Sun, Somewhere in California, the 24 Strings and a Drummer acoustic record, High Road, 35 Years and a Night in Chicago live record, and the Don't Let Up record. The only thing we have said basically that can't be included is any of the bonus tracks on the US or the Japanese versions, to include Crazy World, which Brent objects to, but it was on the European release of 7. So if you do not have the European release of 7, number one, it has a acoustic version, I think, of Let Him Run. but it also has it doesn't list it as a bonus track. It just is. They left it off. The U.S. version is a Kelly Keagy sung ballad called "Crazy World," which me and Brent, we probably both ranked at number 1. I don't know if we ever did. We rank 7?
No, we did Kelly songs is what we had done.
All right.
And it was in my top 5. I know it was maybe.
Yeah, so if you don't have it, track down the European version or the Japanese version of 7, and you can also get it on the European promo disc. But what's weird is the promo disc does not contain Kong, which is good. So there you go.
I don't mind that song.
And that's because you're an idiot.
No, I don't mind it.
All right. So, Josh, how are we going to do this? Are we going to go 1, 1, 1, or you want to do 1 and 2?
There's really no good way to do it. So, also what we came up with was we had to name the record, which Andy just did.
I scribbled it out. I'm ready. I got my logo.
And we got it, and come up with an album design. So, Brent obviously is going to make one, but we kind of came up. I think Andy actually made one as well. Or the concept, so a concept, a title, and then the 12 tracks that you would have on there. So, Brent, the most prepared when it comes to album title and cover. Let's start with you. So, what is your album cover and title?
I'm going to put it on the screen for you. It's behind me, but you can't never see it. It's too quickly. Here is I'm going to turn this camera on.
Music. So if you're listening, the title is "Music for a Crazy World: Greatest Hits 2," and it kind of looks like Hole in the Sun, except you take the sun out and you put the Earth there, and then it's got like the 7 Wishes era Night Ranger logo, kind of like the rainbow one.
Okay, well, let me describe it.
I just did.
No, as to why the choices were made. We couldn't do Crazy World, so I thought, well, fuck Josh. I'm going to name my album somehow Crazy World. But we are living in a crazy world. The world is just so screwed up. So I went ahead and took the Earth, because, that's our planet, and I'm trying to do some, what do you call it? Subliminal. There's a subliminal message in the rainbow, hoping it catches the woke crowd, saying, "Oh, it's a woke album. I'm going to buy this record." And then Greatest Hits 2. So, anyway, so there you go. Music for a Crazy World, Greatest Hits 2, Night Ranger.
I will tell you that is 1,000 more % thought went into yours than mine.
Well, it was funny when I was going through the Night Ranger logos. I'm like, oh, that's for the woke crowd. I went, oh, that's great. That's great. I'll use that. That's funny.
Woke, another word for informed. So, Andy, what do you have?
My album cover looks just like Brent's, except the wording's different because I didn't do it. Mine is just going to look like this, if you can see it.
Hits Neverland to Don't Let Up. You know what?
It's Hits 2. Hits 2.
Yes, I see that.
But now just picture that on Brent's album cover.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, you would be, if we just slapped the Night Ranger logo on that would be more likely what they would use. So
just a purple page.
Not too shabby. Not too shabby.
It's completely shabby. You're judging the shit out of it.
I spent a lot of time thinking of mine. So I came up with, and I don't exactly, I'd hire someone to come up with the final design, obviously. But my album would be called Homecoming, and I would just put the best of, 97 to 2017. So the Homecoming is what you go to after, you graduated, you're alumni. So the album cover would be called Homecoming, and it would just be like a picture of someone's desk in 1980X. So you might see like, a newspaper, and it might have a picture of Reagan and like a small advertisement, next week, live, Night Ranger. Maybe a ticket for grad night, and you would see the 8, but you couldn't quite see the year after it because it'd be covered up by something else. you might see like the tassel from a graduation hat, the graduation hat and the tassel sitting there. And again, you would see like the 8, but you just quite couldn't see the year. So you would see that, you'd have some random photos of, how I don't know, I think Dave Glazer posted a photo of himself in front of a stereo system in the 80s. Maybe just a couple random photos of people from the 80s. Maybe a Merlin sitting off to the side. Remember the red Merlin game?
Love that. Yeah, you got me now.
Maybe like an alarm clock with the flip numbers.
Oh, yeah. I had one of those.
And then like a Rubik's Cube. Something like that, but it would just be called Homecoming. And then the years. And then when you flip it over and you see the track titles, it would be basically a newspaper or something showing like today's date or the date the album was released, so August 6, 2021 or whatever. But there would be like you would see like a bottle of like ibuprofen and like a senior discount, senior citizens discount card, and maybe like a package of prunes, just something showing, where we are today. And that would be the back cover. So basically it would have,
That's depressing.
What's depressing about it? You fucking live your whole life. About time I get quarter coffee. And you know what?
You're not going to like it when you start getting that shit in the mail. Trust me.
And you know what else? The older I get, the more I like a little ibuprofen. But that would be, like I said, Homecoming. Just basically, everybody's got the first greatest hits, and everybody knows that. So now you're coming home to what you grew up with and hearing where they've been for the last 20 some years. So
awesome.
There you go. So there's mine.
Well, if I'd had more time, I would have put Eric and Carrie's head over top of Jeff and Fitz's head of the other greatest hits and just put a 2 after it. Because when I saw that about 4:30, and I hadn't seen the messages of what we were going to do, I'm like, oh crap. So I went ahead and made a quick dinner, and I did that in like 15 minutes, that album cover.
That's pretty good. I like that.
So
that's what I would have used.
What? the greatest hits too?
Greatest hits too, just replace their heads.
Yeah, I got if I
well, you got to slide Joel in there too.
There's only 5 guys though.
Yeah, just like his head, just slide.
Then you have to put Christian in there, and you have to put,
So what do we have as track 1, Brent, on your greatest hits? Number 2, Music for a Crazy World.
The way I'm doing it is the way the Japanese greatest hits that came out in the 90s. I'm going timeline in chronological order. So Neverland is going to open up the record, not the song, but that's that album. And the first song is going to be, oh God, I guess I have to make it Walk in the Future.
So track 1 is Walk in the Future.
There you go. Nice.
I guess I'm kind of leading this, Andy. Do you want to? Well, we can change it up. Andy, what is your track number 1?
Well, unlike Brent, I did not. I don't follow anybody's system. Although I do open my greatest hits with one of, I think, a great rockin' song by Night Ranger. One of my favorite songs by Night Ranger, and that would be Neverland, because I do believe they have a plan. And I think that's just a great opening track for a hit album, or any album, to be honest with you. But that's what I would open the greatest hits with. Just boom.
Would have been better if you would have said, I ain't a part of your system. I threw it on the ground.
Josh, what is your number 1?
And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll send you the video. All right, so usually I'm on the same page with Brent, where I like the chronological order of the greatest hits. Yes. In this case, it just, to me, didn't work with...
Yeah, mine doesn't flow right.
Yeah. Well, you should have changed it.
As you get older.
You just made the crazy world crazier because the flow doesn't...
Time out. It would have worked right, but I originally had 20 songs on the list. And so when I said, hey, let's go I say 12 or 14 songs. I was counting on 14, so my 14th song, or my first song, would have been Neverland. But when you made me take 2 off, Neverland fell off the list.
Why don't we just make 30 songs and just...
And that's where you're wrong. Neverland should be on the list.
All right.
I agree.
So
14 songs.
my first song would be Growing Up in California Live. Number one, it's a good opening song. The live version is very close to the studio version, so you don't lose anything. And they do a little bit of a band introduction at the beginning. And it's a good way to still promote the band as it is today. You hear Eric Levy, you hear Carey. Remember, he goes, I'm from Palm Desert, and he kind of talks about. So it's a cool little rap, and it's live. It still features a big component of Night Ranger's success nowadays. It's their live show. So I went with Growing Up in California Live. So, yeah, I'm not going in chronological order, even though I usually...
Yeah, mine's not. Mine just goes with... I had a flow that I just like. I would like to listen to these songs in this order.
And here's the thing, too, is, and maybe you guys will be the same, if I rank these albums and don't let up, you'll see that where my ranking, my top probably 3 or 4 songs aren't even on this, because I'm looking at what is the public going to like, what is more closer to old Night Ranger. So I'm looking at a more broader appeal, which sometimes doesn't appeal to me. So there you go.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, mine are tracks I think should have all been hits.
Mm-hmm.
So in my world, these all would have been hits.
So Andy, what's your track number 2 on Neverland to Don't Let Up?
Don't Let Up. Hits 2.
Hits 2.
For me, this song, I mean, well, I love all these songs, but this is I love this song so much. Bye Bye Baby, Not Tonight. This song is just so, I love it. It just rocks. It's fun. It just screams Night Ranger to me when I hear it. I'm like, God, this is a fucking Night Ranger song, man. I love it. And I know they all are Night Ranger songs. I know they are. I get that, but I'm not a complete
I get what
tool.
you're saying. So,
but there are certain songs that, to me, have a Night Ranger feel.
Yep.
And this is one of those that just, I was like, how is this song not a hit? And I go, oh, that's right, because it's current modern radio, and it'll never get played.
I can get a pen and do this off the cuff and just change them up.
No, this is your list, man.
Do you not like your list?
Well, no. I mean, if we want to do it more of in a format,
Listen, this is you saying this is my finished product. So you're giving us your finished product. You're not changing.
And you're already going to be wrong. Josh is going to correct you as you go.
The reason Walk of the Future was number 1 was because Forever All Over Again, which led it off in America, which was it's a great song. That's why it's on my greatest hits, but terrible leadoff track.
So what's track number 2?
Forever All Over Again.
Solid song, man. Solid.
Represent Neverland.
Yeah.
So.
My track 2 is High Road. So I'm going on. I'm just basically 2 opening tracks that just, have that Night Ranger feel and were good songs. And so Growing Up in California, and then High Road, Walk in the Future, Forever All Over Again with Brent and Andy, Neverland, and Bye Bye Baby. My number 3.
Hey, let's see, Josh, are you keeping track to see if we all have basically the same songs, just in a different order?
Well, I know you guys are idiots, so you guys won't have the same songs as me. But so
number 3.
My track number 3 is I Harken Back to the Days of Neverland, and I put on there As Always I Remain.
Yes.
Great song. I crossed it out.
Great song, Josh.
Again, you just confirm my statement from before. So, As Always I Remain, there is a Neverland track. Brent, what is your track 3?
Sea of Love.
Oh, 7. Wow. Nice. I didn't think we'd see that one. I like that song.
How does that thing start?
That's the opening.
Yeah.
How's this thing go?
So Sea of Love.
Sea of Love.
That's a good
Great
tune,
rocking
man.
tune.
Yeah, you know what? You could almost throw anything from 7 on there except for Kong, and you wouldn't be wrong.
Yeah, I was tighter on my 7 selections, but that one I had to cut out. I was like, I got other songs I like better than that.
Good choice, I reckon.
I like that one.
Andy, what is your number 3?
Well, Josh, this is where you and I are right here, buddy. As always, I remain. That is a great song. I mean, it's one of my go-tos when I put stuff in. And I go to Neverland, I always got to hear that song. It's just a fantastic song, and I love it. And to me, that's a great spot at number 3 in my lineup, in my batting order.
Yeah.
Now, the reason I had to get rid of that song is, like I said, I had Walk in the Future, As Always I Remain, Forever All Over Again, and Neverland off that record. Walk in the Future is a little bit more poppier, a little bit more, as Josh says, side to side, when you're hearing it. Versus As Always As I Remain, that's more closer to Forever All Over Again, in my opinion. So I wanted to give it a little bit more.
That's fine.
Different nuance.
Hey, you're the one's got to sleep with your decisions.
I always like to hear how you come up with your wrong answers. So it gives me an insight into your mind. So Andy, what follows?
It's elusive.
Swing from the Chandeliers. Andy, what is track number 4 for you?
Number 4, I Shoot Up on the High Road. I love High Road, man. It just makes me smile when I hear that song, and to me, I can't have a hits compilation without that song, and I even love when they play it live. It's just fun.
Yeah. So, Brent, you want to do? Well, I'll do my number 4.
Okay.
One thing I did try to do, and I wanted to hit every studio album.
I did not.
It is a little bit hard with Hole in the Sun, but the title track, to me, is a good song and probably the closest to that classic Night Ranger sound that we all enjoy. So my track number 4 was Hole in the Sun. Brent, your number 4.
My number 4, which I'm thinking about altering it with another song. Well, no, from another album.
Brett, give me back my Self-Doubt and my 4-track of my Self-Doubt.
That's a great
That's
tune.
where you're at, buddy.
Okay, well, mine is off Hole in the Sun, and this song would be called Fool in Me, the best Kelly song on the album.
I can't, I don't, I'm going to be honest, I have nothing off Hole in the Sun on mine. So I'm going to trust you guys did a good job with it.
That would be, like I said, Hole in the Sun's just the closest Night Ranger. It's probably maybe one of my favorite songs on there. I mean, I do enjoy a couple others, but to me, that would be the one that be closest.
And I'll say this in all fairness, when I'm walking around my house like in the mornings and doing things like without my backyard with my dogs, I've been listening to the album Hole in the Sun, trying to get a better appreciation of it. I'm just not there yet with it.
I got my songs out of order.
Oh, here we go.
So, we can make it. We can make it my number 5. It's just going to be off another album.
All right. Well, then lead off with Brent so you can give us a song.
Okay.
Right.
So technically, my number 4 song is Revelation off 7.
Okay.
There ain't no way I'm going to leave that off my greatest hits.
All right. Now all is right with the world.
Yeah.
All right. So
it's still one of the greatest Kelly songs ever. I blasted it about 5 times in a row over the weekend. I just kept hitting start again.
There you go.
It's just, you know how you have that song that just does it for you? That's the song.
Bye Bye Baby Not Tonight is one of those for me.
Yep. So Brent just confirmed how bad his list is. So Andy, do you have?
Well, you seen Revelation's a bad song?
Andy, number 5.
Number 5 for me is creeping up is into my top all-time favorite Night Ranger songs. Comfort Me. Has to be on there. This is a song I listen to almost, I wouldn't say daily, but multiple times a week. I put this on when I'm driving to work, and I'm just like, God, I love this song. So Comfort Me has to be on my greatest hits. and it's at number 5 for me.
My number 5, 7 makes its first appearance with Panic and Jane.
Yes, another good tune.
And I follow it up with track 6. I go to Somewhere in California, and I put a great Kelly ballad on there, Time of Our Lives.
Nice. Yep.
So, Andy, you got a track 6?
I do. Track number 6 is easy for me. I agree with echoing what Brent had said earlier about this song, Forever All Over Again. Great ballad, great song, great off a great album. I agree it should not open the album, although we're not A&R people, but it shouldn't open an album.
The song is on both your records, just shows what you guys don't know. And Brent, you're number 6.
Off Hole in the Sun, Whatever Happened.
That's your second song off that record, right?
That's a great tune. It actually kind of mirrors Josh's album cover that he described. The one side, then you turned over, and whatever happened? What happened? You know?
Yeah.
So here is Brent's greatest hits. Songs
Side
for
one.
a
Side
Crazy
A.
World. Walk in the Future, Forever All Over Again. Sea of Love, Revelation, and Whatever Happened. And Andrew, side A of greatest hits.
You forgot Fooling Me.
Whatever. It's in there. Well, I did because I had to skip it to hit Revelation, and I forgot to go back. So, Sea of Love, Revelation, Fooling Me, and Whatever Happened. Andy?
Yes, this is it. This one rocks.
Neverland, Bye Bye Baby, As Always I Remain, High Road, Comfort Me, and Forever All Over Again. And for the Best of Night Ranger 97 to 2017 Homecoming, Growing Up in California Live, High Road, As Always I Remain, Hole in the Sun, Panic and Jane, and Time of Our Lives. And on the Best Greatest Hits, Homecoming, Side 2.
Flipping it over.
Kicks off with
Colored vinyl.
Comfort Me.
Well done, sir.
So it's, one of the most commercial probably songs on the latest record. So that is why it is on there. Brent, what is your number 7? Your first song on side B.
From Somewhere in California, Follow Your Heart.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Best song on the album.
Well, I don't know about that, but I'll
My
let you
favorite
have
song
it.
on the album. Always has been.
It's a good album, so you can almost
it's
pick
a solid disc.
any song on there. Andy, number 7.
I open up side 2 with a track off of 7 called Sign of the Times. Just start rocking. Side 2, just kick it on. Let's go. Like water for chocolate.
Brent, you got a track 8?
I have a question.
Yo.
What do you consider bonus track?
Oh, here we go.
I thought I said this 3 times.
Well, you going past it. I have heard you say something. You mentioned an album with bonus tracks on it.
We'll say it's wrong, and Josh will tell you no.
You mentioned High Road.
Yes, none of the bonus tracks.
So the Best Buy version can't be used at all.
We're just sticking with
it. Then we'll take another song off Somewhere in California, and we'll do No Time to Lose.
Boom.
Talk
about dang old great song.
No time to lose ya.
That's going to replace Mountain Song.
Damn it, Brent, that's a great song.
But he says it's a bonus track.
Well,
here we go. Why can't you two just get along?
It says fucking bonus track right after Mountain Song. I'm not.
What?
I'm not the one saying it. These bastards are.
Yeah.
I just quoting them. All right, so No Time to Lose Ya, track number 8. Andy, give us your number 8.
Number 8, No Time to Lose Ya.
Whoa.
Look at you.
Because it is such a good song. Oh.
Just
Such a good song.
coincidentally, we were in the same spot there, huh?
There was no, yeah. I
Yeah.
just when you said, I'm like, perfect. I totally agree with you. If you're not a fan of this song, I'm not a fan of you.
My number 8 stays on the same album as you guys picked. It's not personally one of my favorite songs, but it has that Night Ranger feel. Bye bye, baby, bye bye.
Great
Not tonight.
song.
So,
How is this not one of your personal favorites?
I mean, I like it, but
It's like we've never met, Josh.
yeah.
Well, actually, we haven't. But besides that,
Following up my track 8, Bye Bye Baby, is track
Number
9, a song that I think is a little underrated. And I picked it because, number one, it's a good song. But also, I think if you're a person who is not your typical Night Ranger fan and is maybe picking this up and not buying those albums, it maybe is a little bit more of a mature lyrically type song, is I'm Coming Home.
wow.
From High Road. So that is my number 9.
Interesting choice. I like that. Yeah.
Andy, your track number 9.
Number 9 for me is, I think, one of the best lyrically written songs by Night Ranger. Sung by one Kelly Keagy himself. It is a powerful song. It's called Soul Survivor. And I think it just shows an immense maturity in songwriting for that song, because it's not an upbeat song. It's not a happy-go-lucky, like as Josh would say, you bop side to side. It is just a powerful song, and I think you should hear that, and it should be on a greatest hits. So, Soul Survivor off of 7.
Good choice. Brent, your number 9.
My number 9 is a heart pounding. It's right from the beginning of the boom on the drums to the bass to the guitar off High Road, St. Bartholomew.
Oh, wow.
That song kicks ass.
And I forgot how much you like this song. Even you said that.
Oh, the opening is good, heavy Night Ranger.
And it's just a fun tune, and it just keeps going and going and going.
Yeah.
So Saint Bartholomew.
Good pick.
What's your
Amen.
Track 10 there, Brentry?
My track 10 would come off High Road. Would be Only for You Only.
I had that on my list. It did not make the final cut, and I struggled with that one.
Yeah, but that one, like you guys talk about, has all the key Night Ranger elements. That song has it.
Yeah, I can't just, like I said, it's on my list. I can show you my penciled in list here, but it just, like I said, when you narrow it down to 12, which I like being pushed, then you have to really start picking like a Sophie's Choice, like which one's my favorite child, and that one did not survive. It was not a soul survivor.
Andy, your track 10?
Track 10 for me is somehow, some way off just a fantastically rocking album, Don't Let Up. I love this song. I love this album.
What was the song?
Somehow, some way. Great. I love it. I just love this song. It just rocks for me and hits me in all the right spots.
Yeah, there's at least 4 or 5 songs that could be on this greatest hits from that album.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think I have a handful of them.
Yeah.
That was one that was close to making my list, but it did not. My number 10, again, I'm kind of going for, people who aren't necessarily Night Ranger fans, but, were in the 80s, maybe see this, say, I'll get, Night Ranger's greatest hits. And my track number 10 would be Truth.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
Just something I think maybe as you're older, you kind of lyrically maybe, again, that was probably my track 7 or 8 when we did the ranking, but I think just commercially, and I think it would appeal to a lot of people. So my track 10 was Truth.
A good tune, man. I mean, and according to Cabo Wabo guy on the YouTube page, it was Best lyrically written song on the album.
He'll be buying the greatest hits called Homecoming. My track 11 was a toss-up between Soul Survivor and Revelation. And
he's going to get it wrong.
I went with Revelation.
Oh, he got it right!
Just to prove again that Brent is always wrong in his guesses. So I went with Revelation as track 11 for me.
Wrong.
So, Andy, what is your track 11?
Track 11, I have to have this song because, again, it is a rockin' song, and I love this album so much. So I say to you, don't let up.
On the big picture.
Don't let up, baby. Sausalito at night.
And Brent, your track 11.
Mine goes to 12. This one goes to 11. My number 11, like Mr. Andrew Parker, is Don't Let Up.
Heck to the yeah.
Because it is fucking awesome.
Then what do you close out your greatest hits with?
We're all three on this one. Comfort Me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's the best.
I cannot go without hearing that song. Like I said, I at least hear it weekly.
Yeah.
And same goes with Don't Let Up. Those two songs are just top notch. But like I said, there's three others that could be on this album in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I had to narrow things down to get rid of songs, and I hate it, but it's a great album, and I'm so happy to have that album.
What's your track 12 there, Andy?
For me, I end it with Growing Up in California. Because that's just a fun song, man. I like that tune.
It's funny. I lead it off, and you close yours with it. My track 12 is a song. It's the last song on the record, exactly where it should be. Forever All Over Again.
Perfect. Great song.
So we will. I didn't keep track of Brad versus Kelly vocals, which is probably something you'd have to look at a little bit. I mean, they don't, but
yeah. Oh wait, hold on. My CD kept playing. There's a bonus track on mine. It's called Dance. Boom, done it.
If I can't have Crazy
Dance,
World,
Dance
you ain't getting no new shit.
Unheard track. I don't know where it came from. It just kept playing, and the song started.
So Brent, you start off in a very a kind of ballady Walk in the Future, Forever All Over Again. Then you hit him with Sea of Love, then Revelation, Full in Me, Whatever Happened, Follow Your Heart, No Time to Lose You, St. Bartholomew, Only for You Only, Don't Let Up, and Comfort Me. So did you do 2 songs off each album?
I guess I did. Yeah.
So there you go, a equal representation. You're the only one that had Walk in the Future. We all had Forever All Over Again. You're the only one with Sea of Love. Me and you both had Revelation. You're the only one with Full in Me, Whatever Happened, Follow Your Heart. Both you Yahoos at track 8 had No Time to Lose You. You're the only one with St. Bartholomew. Only for You Only. You both had track 11 as Don't Let Up. And we all had Comfort Me. So
yeah.
Great song.
Andy kicks it off right. I thought about kicking it off this way with Neverland. I went from thinking about kicking it off with Neverland to not even including it. Bye Bye Baby, which me and you both had. As Always I Remain, we both had as track 3. We both had High Road. Comfort Me, all 3 of us had. Forever All Over Again, all 3 of us had. You're the only one to have Sign of the Times.
Yeah, I love that song.
I like it. It just didn't really fit on mine. No Time to Lose You and Brent. Soul Survivor, which was...
you thought about.
It was either that or Revelation. Somehow, Some Way, which is a good... I thought it might end up on mine. and it probably was up between that and Truth. Don't Let Up, which you and Brent both had, and Growing Up in California, which me and you both had, Andy. So ours
Pretty close.
pretty close. One,
I didn't
two,
go with any of the
three,
live
4,
stuff.
5. We had 6, so half of our album is the same. And then on Homecoming, the best of Night Ranger 97 to 2017, Growing Up in California, live, which we both had, me and Andy. High Road, me and Andy both had. As Always I Remain.
Yep.
Hole in the Sun, I was the only one. Panic and Jane, the only one. Time of Our Lives, the only one. We all had Comfort Me. Bye Bye Baby, I'm Coming Home, I was the only one. Truth, Revelation, and then Forever All Over Again. So, if you guys are at home and you're wanting to hear the perfect Greatest Hits Part 2, it is Growing Up in California live, High Road, As Always I Remain, Hole in the Sun, Panic and Jane, Time of Our Lives, Comfort Me, Bye Bye Baby, I'm Coming Home, Truth, Revelation, and Forever All Over Again. Andy and Brent, thank you for playing.
Hey, I was just thinking as you said that one of us, meaning one of you two, should come up with some kind of a play-at-home downloadable PDF form that anybody who wants to play along, they can insert their own title, do their own track listing, and see how close they came to being like me, right?
Well, I would have been closer to you guys. Like I said, I wrote down 20 songs. The songs I had to edit out were As Always I Remain, pardon me, Neverland, Crazy World, Panic and Jane, Lay It On Me, Running Out of Time, and Somehow, Some Way.
I struggled with not putting Lay It On Me on there. I really dig that song, but I like...
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I mean, my favorite...
Other songs, because it's such a heavy song.
Yeah, so
Right.
I mean, my favorite songs, really, like Walk in the Future is probably one of my favorite off Neverland, but I did not put it on there. Holy
Yeah,
cow.
I had Only For You Only on my list, Truth on my list. It just, the fun part of this is cutting out, trying to the internal struggle of, shit, which one do I let go?
Yeah, and I didn't think of the flowness more than I did the timeline. And when I'm looking, like I said, when we're getting ready to do this, I'm looking, I'm like, I probably should have put them in a different order.
That is why the powers to be, when they look at all 3 proposals, they're going to say Josh Justofferson, a.k.a. Josh Blades, a.k.a. Elvis Blades, a.k.a. Mayday Malone, a.k.a. Possum Jenkins, a.k.a. Nathan R. Johnson.
But you can call me Randy, or you can call me Jay, or you can call me...
The new phone books are here.
Page
Well,
73.
He hates these cans.
I used to have alter egos. It used to be, if I was out drinking, having fun, it was Mayday Malone. If I was just feeling down and bluesy, it was Possum Jenkins.
That Possum Jenkins would talk like Boomhauer.
It does. Talk about dang old cranberry vodka. Blue moon of Kentucky, keep on shining.
So, anyways, they would say, yes, Josh Justofferson, we are taking your idea.
And asking you to contact Andy for his list. Thank you.
And
it was a good seeing everybody. Thank you for watching.
They'll be like, hey, we made some slight changes on the album cover. And it would just be like, your countertop. Like you said, with the Night Ranger logo. Homecoming, everything else the same.
That's cruel.
I'm taking a picture of my new countertops.
That's cruel.
So
that's a callback right there, folks.
Yeah. And we'll get
next time we have to do album art, and I want you actually guys to put some effort into it.
I swear. Now, is that in the string of messages? Because I swear I did not see that.
That's what I saw.
Is it in there?
I sent it today. You're probably working, but that's not an excuse.
Oh.
No, because I did see you guys go back and forth. I just must have missed that.
Well, here let's
No, I don't doubt you. I just want to make sure it was said, right?
Let's go to podcast malarkey. So, okay, so Brent starts off. So no bonus tracks then. And again, I that's where I come up with an idea for name of the record, an idea for the cover. Can be from the albums Neverland, Seven, Hole in the Sun, blah, blah, blah. No classic songs from the live or the acoustic albums. No bonus tracks or Crazy World.
Specifically Crazy World.
Yeah, and
specifically that song.
And I thought, no, Crazy World's on my list. It's there.
Well,
because my way of thinking is, when you get a greatest hits package, sometimes you get like B-sides on them to make people want to buy it for songs they don't normally have that are out there.
Well, here's the thing. If they're not going to know, I mean, yeah, it would make sense. I would say that if we were doing this, you would try to get Crazy World on there. You would maybe try to get like the Coming of Age, the Amazon, because that would look good on the back. It's a hit. It's not easily available. It's never been on a physical product before. It's almost better than Crazy World because it's not on a physical product. It's only a digital download. And you could put Ted Nugent's name on it too. So, I mean, that, would be a good one.
And same with Dirty Deeds.
I don't think Ted's on.
No, I'm talking about Dirty Deeds.
Dirty Deeds was
not on physical product.
Yeah, so there you go. I mean, you could use either of those. But we have taken up a lot of your time, Fans in Motion listeners.
Yeah, so if you're still listening, man, you need to get a life.
How the hell did we get 55 episodes?
Hey, how the hell did we get 5,400 people on our page?
Well, that's Night Ranger. That's not us.
I thought it was me. Josh, you have a great way of crushing my.
They're not joining.
They're
not joining that. Going, hey, Night Ranger. But I was on the fence about clicking like, but then I saw Andy Parker from UFO,
and then you're like, sure.
Yeah.
Or from a distance.
I've heard about this guy. He cramps. It's
a bad Tony Stewart impersonator.
I never thought about that, but
I get that more than I know. I'm like, really? I don't follow racing, so I don't know.
Yeah.
What do you see? You look like him?
He does.
Yeah.
A little bit. If
you squint your eyes and if I get way back like this.
Yeah.
Oh, I see it now.
Yeah.
Hold on. Now.
Yeah, now I do. Yeah.
Yeah. If you're a fucking idiot, it looks like Tony Stewart.
Friends.
All right. So if you are listening to this, make sure you go to the Facebook page, search Night Ranger Fans in Motion, click follow or join or whatever it is. Go to the Fans in Motion website as well, fansinmotion.com. You can listen to everything there. You can get to the podcast on Spotify, Pandora, all the stuff that Andy does not like. iTunes, iHeartRadio, and all that other good stuff. What am I missing? We are on Instagram. I need to start doing more with that. Just click like. And also, when you post, give us your greatest hits, all right? Listen to the rules that I've discussed 3 times, all right?
Design an album cover.
We don't need a Brent on here. Eddie's coming out tonight. Comfort me.
No. We don't even put me in that category.
Yeah.
I didn't do that.
Don't even go there.
Don't.
I didn't do that.
Don't put greatest hits with 12 tracks of Crazy World. But put yours on there and then copy and paste it. And if you're putting it on YouTube, put it on the Facebook page. Or if you're putting it on the Facebook page, put it on the YouTube, so people on different things can see the list. Yeah, I'm making you work. There you go. That's all I got.
Fun. I mean, that's what the page is for. I mean, besides the posts and the interactions. And the other thing we need you all to do, if you're still listening, is always get one friend. Get one of your friends to like us, to follow us on the page. If everybody tells one person, this whole thing builds. And then as Brent has started this campaign, we will, as a group, push Night Ranger to number 1. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Night Ranger's never debuted at number 1, right?
They've never had a number 1 album.
Never had a number 1 album.
In the U.S.
We have
anyway.
the power to do that as a group of fans. And if you're watching this, you're a fan. You've probably, like Josh and me and Brent, have bought multiple copies, but tell your friends to buy a copy. And like I said, if you buy just the digital download, it's $10. That is skip Starbucks or skip an IPA for one day, and you can help a band stay relevant in 2021. That's all I'm saying.
And or just, I mean, getting that physical product. Yeah, the CD is fun. I mean, you know, I got the man. I usually, if I'm not into the band that much, I'll always get it on CD. But there's something magical about the record, and you can get nice record players for $60 or $70. The one I kind of kicked back into it before I was buying my new set to replace my older one. You know, temporarily I bought an Ion for $65, and that thing was a champ. So you can get good stuff out there for a decent price, and the vinyl is great. You got the colored vinyl, and you get to see all our old asses get to see the big pictures and everything again, and you got all the artwork, so it's fun. So there you go. Buy the vinyl. Thank you for listening. We're rambling now.
Yeah.
We will see you next week. On behalf of Andy and Brent and both of their wrong lists, we shall see you next week.
Say goodbye, guys.
Pre-order
Homecoming, Night Rangers Greatest Hits, 2017.
Music for a Crazy World.
1997. Later.